Don't touch my hair when it's the feelings I wear. Don't touch my soul.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I came to show you guys some hair that I got from Amazon. I actually got it from a company called Doheroine, but it was on Amazon. I actually didn't know that Amazon sold hair. I came across some bundles on Amazon. This company was selling a 4 bundles plus a closure deal. They had Brazilian straight or Brazilian wavy for the deal. It came in the lengths of 18, 16, 14, 12, and I believe a 12-inch closure or 8-inch closure. I'm not sure, but I will have everything listed below. I purchased the hair on Thursday and it was delivered to me on Saturday, so it's pretty quick. But I also had Amazon Prime, so I'm not sure if it came that quick because of Amazon Prime or if that's how fast they get to you. And also I noticed that the hair wasn't actually shipped from China. It came from like Illinois or something, so that's another thing. It's like buying hair from AliExpress. Like, you definitely want to read your reviews. Definitely when you're on Amazon looking for hair, make sure you read the reviews. It's pretty helpful. Somebody asked the vendor why the hair was so cheap, and they pretty much said that they're a new company starting out, so they're having bundle deals to get more customers to come to their store. And I also was looking at their storefront and I noticed that majority of the hair were pretty expensive. Like, their hair bundle deals for like $200 to $400. So to find hair for $70 through them was a steal. So anyways, this hair is Brazilian straight. Like I said, I got 4 bundles and a closure. It's currently on a wig that I made. Stick around to the end of this video for you to see how I made the hair. I only used about 3 bundles and like a little bit of the 4th one, but I could not get 4 bundles on my wig cap, and I stacked the hair pretty close together, but I could not get 4 bundles in my wig cap. I guess I could have doubled the weft, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to make it single weft and sew it on. So I got only about 3 and a little piece of the 4th bundle. This is actually what it looks like. So this is the 12-inch hair. It came like this. It actually came in this box, and you open it up here, and it had like some potpourri. Have like a nice saying. This is actually a really sturdy box. Like, I'm gonna keep this box and like store things in it, or like maybe store this wig in it if I'm not wearing it. But this is like a really good box actually. So far I really like the hair. It's not really much shedding. I mean, it obviously sheds because this hair is gonna shed, but it's not like excessive where it's like hair all over the place. No, it's a decent amount of shedding. It's really soft. It doesn't get tangled. Yeah, I'll definitely have another video on how to customize your wig, how to make it look more natural with your parting, how to make it blend with your hair. If you want to see how I made this wig, just stick around, and it's coming up. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and also don't forget to share this video. Bye. Alright, first off, I like to put my closure on first just to get that space out of the way. I like to pin it down and match the front of the closure to the front of the cap and pin it all around because it's easier. And you also want to just pin it up to get it out the way. I like to start sewing on one side, and you just start from the front. I'm using a dome cap, so you don't want to sew into the elastic around the front of the dome cap. You just want to sew into the fabric. So I go ahead and sew on the first side of the closure, and you want to put your stitches really close together so the closure is on there pretty good and it doesn't get loose over time. And then after I'm done sewing, I'm going to go ahead and cut where the thread is, and then I will double knot it and then cut off the excess thread. And after that, I move on to the next side. I go ahead and sew on the other side and then take it all the way to the back. The reason why you don't want to sew one side and then go to the back, you pretty much don't want to go in like a circle, because if you sew the back before you sew the other side, there's a possibility you might pull the closure backwards and then you won't be able to adjust it after that. So you want to sew one side, move to the other side, and then go to the back. So here it is, the finished closure. Have it all sewn down. Like I said, make your stitches really close together and tight so it stays. And then to begin sewing the wig, I like to put my thread through the weft the first time. And then, like I said, you don't want to sew into the elastic of the dome cap, because then it's going to be really hard for it to stretch onto your head. So you only want to sew into the fabric. And while you're sewing your wig, it's really helpful if you have like a wig pin or something that you can use to pin down the hair so it's not in your way. I'm just using like a regular sewing pin. I couldn't find my wig pin, so my sewing pin pretty much help. So when you get to the other side, what you want to do is the flip over method. You want to flip over the weft and make sure you sew that part down pretty tight. Make sure there's no bumps or anything, that you get it to lay down pretty tightly. And then just like the closure, you kind of want to make really nice small stitching. You don't have to make it as small as the closure, but you definitely want to make it closer together, really tight small stitching, so the hair doesn't start falling apart, the wig doesn't start falling apart. And then you just want to continue going back and forth for the entire wig. As you're sewing, just make sure you're not going into the elastic, and also just make sure when you flip over your weft that you're making it laid pretty flat. So you're just going to be sewing back and forth until you pretty much get to the top of the closure. In that case, then you want to stack the wefts pretty close together, and you want to bring it pretty close to the closure, but not too close because you don't want it to be all bulky. But you definitely want to bring it close together so it's enough hair at the top. Done sewing, all you have to do is just go ahead and cut the little piece that's underneath the lace area, making sure not to cut the thread that you just sewed, otherwise your wig would pretty much be useless, like you would have to start all over. So make sure you don't cut the thread. And I also forgot to mention that you want to bleach your knots on your closure. I didn't show that in here, but you definitely want to bleach the knots in your closure. And this is the part where I'm adding my elastic. You want to definitely use black elastic. I couldn't find my black elastic, so I had to settle for white, and I would definitely go ahead and change that when I find my black elastic. The white is going to show underneath your wig, so you definitely want to use black so it blends in. But you just want to sew it on either side of the closure, pretty close to the front. Make sure you sew it really tight, because you're gonna have a lot of wear and tear, especially putting it on and taking it off. Like, the elastic is gonna get weak, so you want to do a lot of stitching and make sure that you do it pretty tight. And what I like to do with my wigs is actually wash it with some conditioner rather than shampoo. Conditioner just makes the hair soft. Like, it keeps it soft. It doesn't strip it or leave it all dry and brittle. I just like to use conditioner because it just keeps it soft. So you just want to wash it with conditioner or shampoo if that's what you want. That's your choice. But I went ahead and washed it with some VO5 conditioner. And then after that, that's when you're going to start customizing your wig. This is where I got the free part closure, so it didn't come with a part. So what I like to do is wet the hair and then make my own part and blow dry the hair in that direction with wherever I did my parting. That way it stays. So this is where you want to make your part. So you could do a side part, middle part, you could do a curved part. This is where you want to do it. Since the hair is still wet, you're able to mold it in the direction that you want it to fall. And now I'm just using a blow dryer and a brush, getting it all dry, making sure that I blow dry that part into where I want it to lay. And since this hair is straight, after washing it, blow drying it, it got a little frizzy, so I just went over it with my flat iron just to make sure that it's bone straight and it's nice and silky again. And lastly, what you want to do is just cut the lace from on the closure, and you're pretty much done. Thumbs up if you like this video. I will definitely make a video on how to customize it and make it look more natural. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.